I'm Liam SR on what is a very hot and sweaty British evening, as you can tell. There is shiny spots all over my head from the sweat. Yeah, I'm wearing a nightgown. That's only because before I started recording, I am completely naked. I'm not now, but I was. But what today's video is going to be is basically just me talking about something. I'm a big fan of the Overwatch games, 1 and 2. I played both of them. I play Overwatch 2. It's probably one of the only games I play. But I've noticed that there's something about Overwatch and a few other games which people seem to take a really, really strange sort of view on. And let's just set the record straight. I'm not homophobic. I'm not transphobic. I'm none of these things. But in order to sort of get where people are coming from, you have to delve into that kind of stuff. Some people are homophobic and are transphobic, and, you know, along those lines, some people just dislike characters being transgender, gay, bisexual, anything like that. So, like, in Overwatch, you know that there are a few gay and transgender characters. There are a few non-binary characters, etc, etc. And a large percentage of the fan base, if you go on any sort of, maybe it's just a hateful part of the fan base that is a lot more vocal than the good side of the fan base, but a lot of people seem to go onto the posts and in-game talk about how they hate it. How they hate that the characters are just given law. And they're not just given law, they're given law to do with their sexuality, like making characters gay. If they were straight, no one really cares, which I always find a little bit strange. But what I basically want to talk about is it better to give a character a fully fleshed out sort of how old they are, how tall they are, their whole life, you know it all before you start the game or during the game, and you know their sexuality, which is obviously a big one, straight away, straight off the back. Is it better to know that, or sort of leave you to interpret it? So, for example, I'm going to give you a character, Link from The Legend of Zelda. As a character, all you know is his age and his sex. That's it. Nothing else. Everything else is sort of left to interpretation by you. How he responds to certain people, how his attitude sort of is. Yeah, you're given a little bit of dialogue and things like that, but what you always notice is they never really talk about his sexuality. They don't have to. It's always, he's flirted with by boys and girls. It's always sort of use your imagination how Link would respond to this. Now, me personally, that's how I personally would prefer to play a game. Sort of a lot of it left to my interpretation. Or with games like Fallout, you get your own choice on what you would like to say. You can play it your way, build your own story. I always find the fans and gamers fans of games have more fun when they're left to interpret, when they're left to put the puzzle pieces in themselves rather than have the developers do it for them. Like with Overwatch, for example, it is just a PvP game, now sort of PvE too, but it's just you're playing a character who has a style. The lore is completely irrelevant. You can just play the game and enjoy it for what it is to an extent. But some people aren't like that. Myself included, I like to divulge into the characters, who has a good relationship with who, why certain characters don't like certain things, and it kind of makes sense that people want to know more. I mean, you play a new game, you enjoy it. One of the first things I do is go to YouTube, search about the game, and watch videos about the game because I want to know more. So, how can you incorporate that into your characters? Straight away, like I'm saying, they're giving them sexuality, lore, like past histories, things they used to do, and they're giving them in-game things, cosmetics, like maps, items that they can like have on their bodies that represent something from the past, and then you've got in-game dialogue where they talk to each other. So when you watch or play anything to do with Overwatch, you're sort of getting like crumb-fed these little pieces of information about the characters. So you'll notice when you're in the lobby waiting to play, there'll be characters talking to each other. Sometimes you'll hear little quips back and forth and you'll think, oh, they're talking about blank. Something that I already know happened because it's in a trailer, it's in something, it's in this, it's in that. I've seen it before, I know what they're talking about. It's like I was there. No one takes issue with that. People love that. But then, Soldier 76 is gay. He is, he's gay, he had a boyfriend. Everyone goes crazy. Uproar. Because he's gay. I think that Lifeweaver is asexual. Trace is also gay. His girlfriend Emily is in the actual Overwatch lore. People are so mad about it. Now there is a roster of heroes. There was like 40, 50 heroes, maybe 36. I think there is 38, something like that. There's a lot anyway, and there's a small percentage of them who are gay, who are not straight, as I should say. They're not straight. They are in the other bracket. People are so mad about it. Why aren't they mad about the straight heroes? It's just a bit bizarre. It's a strange thing. It's just I get that some people dislike things, but that's something just don't do it then. Don't talk about it. If it bothers you so much, why heat yourself up? Why talk about it? Could it be left to interpretation? Yeah, it could. They could all just be, I don't know. We don't know. But why should they be? Do you know what I mean? Why should they be? You can know the character better. People seem to think that Soldier 76 wasn't gay. Why? Because he had the gravelly voice, and he was muscular, and he shoots a big gun. That's not something a gay guy does. Who cares? Who cares? As long as the game's fun. A lot of people say it's not. I personally like playing it. As long as the game is fun. What's it matter? What does it really matter? What these characters are and what these developers want to do with their own characters. They made them. You're just playing the game if it really gets to you that bad. Don't play the game. Don't play the game. Go and play something else where you can make your own character. You can play it however you want. Go and play Fallout, The Outer Worlds. Go and play, I don't know, Fable. Go and play a game where you can make the story. Go and play an RPG. Because it's just unnecessary. It's a lot of hate. It's a lot of negativity. And then there's like, oh, I don't know. It's just a little bit of a rant. And I know this channel, it's sort of, I've looked through my content. It's just sort of plastered. It's all different stuff. But it's just stuff I like talking about and I like doing. At the end of the day, you don't have to watch it. I appreciate it if you do, and if you are watching this, thank you very much. It's a little topic that I've been thinking about recently. I'm a big fan of Overwatch, and a lot of people, it's sort of the first thing they talk about when you talk about Overwatch. Is like, into like loads of gay characters. Like, there's not loads, there's a few, yeah. But why is that what you know it for? Why is that the first point? So, I guess to answer the overall question of the video is, do I think it's better to interpret the character or better to just give you it all at once? I personally still think it's to interpret. It's still to interpret the character. It's always better to build your own lore in your head. It's always better to sort of make your own fantasies up about the characters. And I know some people will be like, well, you know, I don't want to do that. I just want to play the game and enjoy it and get the story that's given to me. Watch a movie then. Watch a movie, because you get told everything then. Not much is left for interpretation. I personally like to sit and think about something after I've done it, or whilst I'm doing it. I like to sit there and go, I wonder what that means. Or can I just make that myself? Can I just sort of imagine what happens next? Did he die? I don't know. It's just nice to have things left open-ended. I personally prefer that. You might not. Some people do. There's a lot of people in the world right now who disagree with a lot of things. And personally, I prefer if they stayed away from video games, because everyone's just playing video games to chill out, to sort of escape real life for a short, brief period of time. And the last thing we need are people feeling belittled, insecure, and irrelevant, hated upon, just for something like their sexuality. It's not necessary. And I know once I was a kid and you'd go, you're gay, to sort of insult someone, but you grow up. Everyone grows up. And now as an adult, people just want to enjoy themselves. Don't get involved with things like sexuality in games and start trying to be bigger than you are. You're not gonna change anything. You're not gonna prevent things. You're just gonna make people feel bad. At the end of the day, that's just gonna make you feel bad by proxy. People who go around destroying people's happiness, they're never happy themselves. So basically, play the game, enjoy the game. If it's bothering you that much, either forget the lore or don't play the game. Doesn't really make a difference, does it? It will for the people who want to play it and enjoy it, because you're not there. You're not there to ruin it for them. I guess I can itch my sweaty head now, wipe my sweaty head, and say that I've been Liam SR, and this has been just a little bit of a rant. I get this isn't going to be for everyone. I might even have people dislike my opinion, and that's fine. You're entitled to your opinion. You're entitled to watch this video. You're entitled to do whatever it is you want. As long as you're not hurting anybody or yourself, then have a good time. Thanks for watching so much. Comment, tell me your opinion on this. What do you think? Do you think things like that should be left alone in games? Or do you think that everything should be laid on the table for you? Thanks so much for watching. I got plenty of love for you. Mwah. Love you. Bye 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 bye.